Good morning, YouTube, my friends, my community. I hope all of y'all are healthy and happy this beautiful weekend morning. We have so much to get into coming up in our community. It's a lot. But on deck today, it's Physical Media Day. I love Physical Media Day. And today's Blu-ray, well, let's just say if you want to give your display a good workout, good little stretching, this one will surely fit the bill. It is perhaps, yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. In my opinion, it is the greatest stress test that I have ever put my C10 through personally. What Blu-ray am I talking about? Simple, y'all. Heavy metal, yeah. Let's jump right into it. Boom, boom. All right, my friends, here we are back here on a still image in the movie Heavy Metal. I don't know how this is going to work. I've got the volume down and I'm only going to show still images. Funny aside for you, the first video I ever put out on YouTube happened to be a review of the Vizio P series. This is from years ago, obviously, and in the background of the film, I was running a copy of Batman vs. Superman, and I had muted YouTube, or excuse me, Warner Brothers still had that video taken down. So I can see it in my video feed, but nobody else can. So this video may or may not make it, but I want to explain why I think that this Blu-ray is so taxing on any display, whether it be OLED, LED, mini LED. Well, I don't know, mini LED might be able to handle it no problem. We'll see. But I'm going to point out some things now that do make this so difficult, and then we'll try to just find some random scenes in the movie to highlight why it is so stringent on the display. Now, this film was, I believe, made in 1981. So, very quickly, one thing to keep in note, we are off axis from the display. And I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but if we just look at this building right here, well, there's about 3 or 4 different shades of blue and green here. Same thing through the bottom portion of the screen. And as we lift up through the screen, we got this little taxi right here. We also have this guy on the bridge right now that's being devoured by the evil sphere. But as we raise up, we see the color difference, and I honestly, it's just so many shades of the same colors in a lot of these scenes. So there's just, let's see, let's go over here, and here we go. Here's a perfect scene. This is the next chapter in the film. Again, we can see how many different colors, okay, do we have here on the screen. And to be honest with you, my display has never shown all of these different colors. Like, I don't know how much of this is coming through, but I'm up here, here. I mean, the amount of detail put into the film, kind of shocking, honestly. Let's move forward here to some other crazy scenes. This one here, another great example. 1981, what they were able to do with the animation. And they did put a lot of live action effects in this film, so super cool. But again, we have a super, super dark here at the bottom. As we rise up, we're getting all these colors, and now we're going back to dark. But we'll have some stars turning here. You can see the siding on the side of the house, but this beautiful green glow emitting off of the car, making it great. There's even, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little fence down here. I mean, the image is so detailed, But again, if we just look at what we're putting the display through, color-wise, and I may have already said this, but the shades of color I saw in this film have never been on this display before. So if you ever get the chance to sit down and watch this entire film all the way through, it's pretty crazy. Now, I know toward the end, well, here's another good representation here. Now, we can see the color palette, is, we may feel limited, but the different shades of colors everywhere through this image. And again, if we scroll from the bottom to the top, from left to right, all we see is shade changing, okay, through the whole image. And again, I believe this is part of the reason that I had that message pop up the other day when I went through an insane 12 or so hours, maybe more, maybe 13 hours of just straight abuse on the CX. It's actually pretty funny. All right, here we go. Here's another great example of the different shades in this scene. Red, 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 red. You know, all different shades. And when we look at just the detail, I mean, look, the guy's chair's ripped up. The detail these guys put in this film. Listen, if you haven't seen it, I think it's a great film. I mean, I'm a heavy metal guy. I'm not so much of a hairband metal guy, but well, look, different discussion. So I think there's a lot of great music in here. We got some good stars in here. We have John Candy doing some of the voice acting. Oh man, Ghostbusters guy. He just passed a little while ago. I can't believe I can't think of his name. Shoot. Anyway, there's a bunch of people in this film that do the voice work. It's really good. I'm going to challenge y'all. You know, I think I've shown enough to hopefully you can see kind of what I'm getting at with this movie. But I really would suggest that y'all go out and get you a copy of Heavy Metal, the animated movie from 1981, and I believe it will give your display a great workout. And I think it's going to show you things like, well, it did for me. It showed me things on my display I'd never seen before. And when I think about 1981 and the color palette they're using, I'm like, it amazes me that this film, it just impresses me so much what they were able to do with it. So let me put a bow on this, man. And let me just say, it is brutal on the displays, I think. So, good little torture test. If you believe that you have your colors lined up, your grayscale lined up, blah, 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 this is the DVD that's going to put your display to the test. So, I think, you know, not only do I love the movie by itself, I mean, the classic story of good versus evil, and we spend the entire film basically learning about evil and what happens at the end. You know, it's all very, it's a great film. It's a great story, man. And an ageless classic tale of good versus evil. Sorry, got into the weeds a little bit there. It will put your display to the test. So I highly recommend this one on physical media. And you'll see what I mean. If you can find it and watch it. By the way, I got mine from Best Buy for like $6.99, and it's beautiful. So highly recommended. If you want to test that display, there you go. Heavy Metal. We're at the part now where I can tell you guys, all the members of the community, thank you. And please put your comments or questions down below. It is greatly appreciated and only helps this community to grow and get more knowledgeable, right? Okay, you know what time it is. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.